This is MJ. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an analyzer. Henshin Inspection presents Half-Boiled. I will be discussing the tension between gut and heart. This is Writer Tears, episode 5. No. Man, I killed myself. This is Half-Boiled, episode 5, Chasing Tail. Fuuto PI, episode 5, The Terrible M. Also, The Sound of a Leak, which is a weird title. Originally aired August 28th, 2022. The writer is Riku Sanjo. The director is Yousuke Kabashima. So, first off with the misses, not the misses, but the misses of this episode, the things that were not hits. I gotta say, Ryu's head looked tiny in one scene. There was a shot kind of far away from him, and his head looked really small compared to the rest of his body. He's very broad-shouldered, which isn't a problem, except in this particular scene, his head was really small. Subsequent scenes, his head was back to normal size, or normal proportion with the rest of his body, so it was fine, but I just wonder if it was a slip-up or what? Who knows? Yeah, generally the animation has been top-notch, and just this one time it kind of strayed. So, well, and then Tokime's head was super big last episode too, because there's a problem with heads in proportion. Anyway, moving on to the hits, I loved seeing Tokime as a junior detective. It was really great to see how much she took to heart Shotaro's words, how much she wanted to protect the client, and how she followed her gut and was observant enough to pick up on clues from people, and she was even thinking about, not only did she pick up on clues in scenes where she was there, but she was also going over the facts of the case. There we go. I was going to say the state of the facts, but the facts of the case in order to help her figure out that something was wrong and that there was a solution, and it was what Philip got onto as well. And I can't remember if she brought it up to him or how that all ended up happening, but she had the gut instinct. We saw her following, Magi-P, but it turned out that Philip was, on the same track at some point, and he quickly moved on, but he's been an investigator for much longer of a time than she has, and he's also, this special kind of guy who's, what does he call himself? The Avatar of Knowledge or something like that, so that pretty much makes sense. Next thing is, Philip coming out with his feelings was really cool. I don't read this as a gay thing at all. I just think it's, one person's replacing you, and you don't want to be replaced. Nobody wants to be replaced. And anyway, that was interesting to me that he was able to. What was more interesting to me than him, realizing that he was jealous of Tokime having such a faster, warmer, closer, tighter relationship with Shotaro, in part because she was a woman, is that instead he says, okay, fine, I accept that. You're way closer to Shotaro than I am, or you were able to get as close to Shotaro as I am. You're able to close the distance much faster than I could, and it's because of this. But the real problem is that I'm jealous, and I want to let you know that I don't want to hold the jealousy against you. And when she came out and said, hey, isn't it weird that you're a weirdo because you're being so upfront with his emotions? And he said, nah, I got to do this. I found the data point. I know why we're choking on this or why we're having an issue. And now that I can resolve it, I'm good to go. And I like that kind of personal relationship dynamic where someone knows something's wrong and they just put it out there and you have to deal with it in order to get over the thing rather than let it fester and be awkward about it for a long, long time. So definitely, Philip has always been the harder of the two, and this is just another exhibit in that argument, and it's part of why I love Philip. Moving on, I really did like the idea of the gross bug attack, and seeing the swarming baby Meganuras was interesting. It was kind of cool, kind of fun. There was a lot good to it, and there's a little bit of maybe something not so great, but overall it was really good, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. Like I said, it was a gross bug attack, and it was fun. So, although they did one thing that was kind of lame fan servicey, but we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, I have questions from this episode, a couple of them. How was Magi-P injured anyway, the manager of Megu, because we don't know how he was injured. His fingers are taped up or whatever. I secretly suspect that he is whatever dopant is out there using gravity, and he might not be, but we'll get to that later. Next question, is Meganura really a high dopant, or is there a second dopant? Which, like I said, I think there might be, and it might be Magi-P. Next question, is Bando's new city / new Fuuto / Nuto about elitism or something? because he said it's kind of a select city where the people there who can do kind of whatever they want, which is odd. Can't they do whatever they want in Fuuto as well? So I don't know about that. And then, like, does he want high dopes only to live there or dwell there or something? And, like, is that supplement that he's giving to the Meganura guy or Murder, whatever his other name's Murder, that's funny, like, is that specifically going to be something that'll turn regular dopants into high dopants if they have the potential, like he said, and then he'll be able to populate the, you know, Nuto with dopants? Maybe that's where it's going. I don't know. I like that the pill's black and white as opposed to the colors in his hair and all the colors that that double has, and it's like very stark and very, has, you know, it's high contrast, and I really dig that. I think it's a fun, just a fun visual design. Yes, sir, can I help you? All right, I guess not. Anyway, I just think it's a fun visual design element, and I appreciate it. Like I said, I like black and white and high contrast. I understand. I could have helped you if you'd let me know. All right, guys, next time you need help, just ask somebody, and if they're within reach and they can take hold of your hand, then they might be able to help you, but if not, you'll never know if you could have gotten help from that person instead of nursing bitterness within your heart. Okay, my ninja, what are you doing? Anyway, so moving on from there. So excuse my tangent on design, but just, it's cool stuff, I like it. Oh yeah, question. Did you think that Tokime exhibited powers? And that's what caused Meganura to drop her and Monako? I can't tell. She's very serious. You know, she's holding on to his legs, and all of a sudden she says something. She yells very emphatically something about Shotaro specifically. I think she's yelling Shotaro, and the like, you know, like speed line type stuff like comes off of her face, and, you know, it's an animation effect, right? Like comes off of her face, and then the scene cuts to Meganura dropping the both of them, seemingly inexplicably. I have no reason why he dropped them. At that time, there's no earthly explanation for it, I think, so I'm wondering if it's her powers or her, I don't know, something's going on there. I don't know what it is, though. I also, well, I'm not going to speculate on that because I don't want to get too off track. Overall, I would give this episode a, episode 5 is what this is. I was going to say a 5 out of 10. No, I'd give this an 8 out of 10. This was so cool. Character work, body horror, and daring do from our heroes makes this episode a blast. That's all I have to say. Keeping it short and sweet as much as I possibly can. Going into the reflections, though, is it more important to follow your gut or your heart? I don't know. That's a good question. We had people following their gut, like Shotaro getting out of bed and then bleeding all over the place. We had, and you know, our heart and gut the same thing? I don't know. It depends on what philosophy you're talking about, what sort of metaphysics you're discussing, because in some cultures the heart is the seat of thought and the gut is the seat of emotions. In others, like I would say in American culture, your heart is your emotions, but your gut is your instincts. And I don't know how instincts are separate from emotions. I guess you could have an instinct even if you don't feel something specifically or don't have an emotional attachment to somebody. It's like an amoral, disconnected, like innate thought of like, this is what I should do, maybe. And I guess, yeah, am I thinking about heart versus head? Because that would also be another distinction where it's emotions versus logical thought. I don't know. I don't quite know what I'm saying, but I wanted to key in on the dichotomy and kind of discuss that issue of, you know, what you should follow versus what you shouldn't. And I don't know, because I think you get great examples of seeing people exhibit a lot of heart, like Shotaro, like Tokime, putting themselves in danger in order to protect the client and in order to progress the case forward and figure out who the real culprit is. And that was great. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I want to say, like, if there's no risk, there's no reward. But I don't think that applies either. So I'm gonna scuttle my own discussion here and just move on and have that be it. I'm trying to do these episodes tighter and shorter, and because Black Sun is coming out. I don't know when this is going to come out in relation to that, and I had a bunch of other things I wanted to do, and I'm also working on. So basically, I'm saying you can go now if you want to, because I'm transitioning into my send-off, where I let you know I'm working really hard on. It's Tokutember, so I got to do my video for Tokutember as well. All right, I got to do my video for Tokutember, which might be real short. I actually posted on Twitter. I might save videos from Tokutember till later. That's a strategy I had to make sure I was spreading out my artistic content and having that on the blog, like, you know, for 30 weeks in a row, possibly. I think that's what I should do. Anyway, I will do that. But my larger point is I have the rough draft done for, or I have the first draft done for my Kaiju children's book, which is not Kaiju Christmas. I just saw news of that and it made me think, man, I really got to move on this, get a Kickstarter going. Hopefully TokuNet will help me out and spread the news. Or who knows who else will help me out and spread the news. But I got some encouragement. There was some encouragement online after Power Morphicon. Some people were up on telling people to pursue their tokusatsu related dreams. And I have this show and the other ones I do. But more importantly than that, I am an author and I want to write these books. So I'm going to go ahead and get this draft, second draft going pretty soon for this Godzilla-inspired tokusatsu children's picture book. And yeah, the ways in which it's inspired by Godzilla may surprise you, but I think it's legit. And I'm working hard at it. Like I said, the first draft is done. I got to do the second draft, get revisions done, and clean this thing up, and then contact the artist of my choice, which I'm still sifting through artists at the moment. So if you're a listener to this show and you like how I analyze stuff and you'd be interested in working with me, let me know. I'm going for a Digimon vibe as far as the character designs are concerned, at least the human characters. The monsters, we'll have to work those out some other way. Anyway, but that's pretty much all. So this is MJ. I leave you with peace and blessings, and I ask that you come back around for more. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, you can find more at mjmunoz.com, as well as my entire library of analysis, art, and fiction.